Bulls Nation, unfortunately, against the New York Knicks, we walked away with the first loss of the season. And despite that, there are some injuries that have occurred with the Chicago Bulls, and more specifically about Patrick Williams. Now, I'm not sure whether or not he'll be ready to go against the Utah Jazz or not. I do not have that information at the moment. However, if there is potential that Patrick Williams will miss the next game against the Utah Jazz, there is someone that I feel the Chicago Bulls should be looking at, regardless of where Patrick Williams plays or not, and give him more minutes at the power forward position. And I know what you're thinking, it's Javonte Green. It's not actually Javonte Green. I want to talk about Alize Johnson, and I want to talk all about him in this video. Let's do it. What's going on, everybody? It's the Bulls Show, aka Aidan, and welcome back to another video. Today, we've got a Chicago Bulls related video referring to the potential to give Alize Johnson a little bit more minutes at the power forward position, while also discussing Patrick Williams or whether or not he will be ready for the Utah Jazz game. I don't have all the information right now, but I'm sure we will get more information as more time comes along. But before we get started, please like and subscribe to the Bulls Show, turn notifications on, and let me know in the comments below your thoughts about the idea of potentially giving Alize Johnson more minutes. First, let's talk about Patrick Williams, ladies and gentlemen. If you did not see the game against the New York Knicks, Patrick Williams actually was starting to get a little bit of momentum in that game. He wasn't hesitating. He was making some really good shots, mid-range shots. He was doing a lot for the offense of the Chicago Bulls in a specific short period of time, but was doing solid for that stretch of time. However, Patrick Williams decided that he wanted to throw one down, show everybody that he's still athletic, show everybody that he's still capable, even as a power forward. And unfortunately, he ended up hurting his wrist and did not return against the New York Knicks. Now, all things considered, I don't think this is a serious injury, but there will always be potential that Patrick Williams might potentially miss another game, which could be the Utah Jazz game. Maybe he misses a few. The real thing is, I don't really know exactly what's going to happen with Patrick Williams. That's the honest truth that I have for you today. I've not heard anything about Patrick Williams potentially returning against Utah, nor have I heard that he could miss the Utah Jazz game. But the fact that he didn't return against the New York Knicks could potentially be a worrying sign. So hopefully we get to see Patrick Williams back ready and better than ever, because I think that's the first thing that's the most important thing for any Bulls fans. We need to see a depth-filled squad, and losing a power forward at this stage in the NBA is a poor thing to see. But in relation to that power forward position, a lot of people have been talking about Javonte Green and Patrick Williams fighting it out for that power forward position. I've even made a video saying who should start at that power forward position. I know many people have different opinions on the situation. Now, I'm not going to be talking about this player in terms of starting, but I definitely want to see him get more minutes as a power forward for the Chicago Bulls, and his name is Alize Johnson. Now, for the many reasons I can see this happening with the Chicago Bulls, the biggest issue that we have suffered from this loss against the New York Knicks, from teams like the Raptors, and probably what we will see against the Utah Jazz, is that we are giving away a lot of second opportunities, and we are giving away a lot of rebounds, offensive rebounds, defensive rebounds. Pretty obvious stuff there. We are one of the worst rebounding teams, I should say, in the NBA. So there's no surprise that we are losing rebounding battles on almost every single occasion. It's unfortunate that this is happening, and of course, Vucevic is one of the best rebounding centers in the game, but him alone cannot save the rebounding stats for the Chicago Bulls. So what I'd like to see a little bit more is Alize Johnson play as a power forward, to maybe play with players like Nikola Vucevic, play with players like Tony Bradley that should be getting more game time in the future, and just allowing us to play a little bit bigger at times and get the rebounds that are required. Alize Johnson, I don't know why he's not even been considered as a power forward for the Chicago Bulls. I understand he's played very well at times as the main center or a backup center for the Chicago Bulls. I completely and utterly understand why people can see him as a valuable center. But for the past few years, he's been playing as a power forward with the Indiana Pacers, with the Brooklyn Nets. He's been playing at power forward. He knows what it takes to play in that position. Billy Donovan said that he's unsure if Alize Johnson would fit the power forward spot in this team. And the way that I see it, he does fix a major issue in this team. He does fix a potential weakness in the rebounding areas. And that is something that's very valuable. And he's an athlete as well. He will run out. He will have that hustle mentality. He will try his best on the defensive end. And although he's not the best scorer, we all know that about him. And he does end up maybe potentially weakening our, I guess, lineup in terms of maybe we need 4 shooters out there. We might not see that with Alize Johnson. But at the end of the day, you need to pick and choose what you see as best for the Chicago Bulls. And if we continue to see us losing the rebounding battle left, right, center, every game, all game, it is a frustrating sight to see, and it could potentially harm us in the future. So that's what I want to see from the Chicago Bulls, ladies and gentlemen. That power forward position is a weak one at the moment. Many people want us to acquire a power forward, and I completely understand that. Many people in the comments below talking about power forwards, Thaddeus Young, Marvin Bagley, just to name a few. And there are also people that see Alize Johnson as a power forward, and I'm one of those people. I've always seen Alize Johnson as a power forward. I don't know why Billy Donovan hasn't seen that yet, and maybe he won't be a good power forward on this team, but I feel like it needs to be worth a try, because I feel like the rebounding battle is a big reason why we lost against the Knicks, and I do feel like it's a big issue going forward. And of course, it's only one game. It's hard to tell. The sample size of us losing is not great enough just yet. But while we continue to fight with these games, you'll continue to see weaknesses arise. And I feel like this is one of the earlier weaknesses that we're going to see with the Chicago Bulls and their, I guess, their weaknesses in the rebounding. We're going to see that very early. So I really want to see Alize Johnson be given more minutes. Whether Patrick Williams is back or not, I still want Patrick Williams to start the games. I still want Patrick Williams to do well in these games. And I know many people will see as Javonte Green should be the starter. Whatever the case may be, that's all your opinions, and I'm completely fine with whatever you choose. But whoever starts and whoever's benched, no matter the situation, I truly feel Alize Johnson needs to be given a shot with the rebounding, with the power forward position, so he can help the rebounding of this team. He can play with Nikola Vucevic and get more rebounds as a defensive unit, as an offensive unit, to play with players like Tony Bradley, who really impressed in limited minutes against the New York Knicks, and these two could definitely have a good rebounding duo off the bench. I think it's worth a try. I think everything is worth a try, and hopefully the Chicago Bulls will be willing to see it and give the opportunity to those players, to Alize Johnson, to Tony Bradley, and other players on the bench that I think should definitely get a little bit more game time on this team. Thank you for watching this video. A little bit of a short and sweet video today. Please like and subscribe if you're new. Hopefully you enjoyed the video, ladies and gentlemen. We'll continue to talk more about the Chicago Bulls tomorrow. Take care and peace.